Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another pre-market watch list here on the Boiler Room. So we are finishing out the year. Hopefully we can have a strong day to finish out going into the new year of 2018. This year was an incredible year in the stock market. Tons of play has been very hot, so hopefully we can continue that good, strong market into 2018 and beyond. So once again, thank you guys all for joining in. I got a few stocks today. I'll make it pretty quick. We do have LINU, WATT, potentially HMNY, TEUM, and then I'm actually going to be watching UGAZ as well. So few stocks, definitely going to be an interesting day here to see how the market's going to play as we're moving into the new year here. Okay, so by the way, it is the 29th, which is my birthday, so I don't plan on being trading for too long. I really just want to be in and out with maybe a few wins and then take off for the day. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. So let's go ahead and share my screen and then we'll get cracking, okay? All right. So the first one I'm really most concerned with playing is LINU. Since LINU was that big mover yesterday, and actually I forgot to mention it. I think I may even get to mention this yesterday as I was going through the pre-market watch list. But again, it had some good news that they kind of were cutting down on some of their debt essentially, or some of their losses from the same period last year today, or yesterday, shall I say. So again, it popped up from about 180 all the way to 3, then 336, and then it started downtrending into the aftermarket hours. With that being said, if you look closely, this trend line here from its high of day yesterday and then just before the close going down, it has a trend. And what I was looking for today is to see if it's going to continue to follow this trend down. If it doesn't want to break out of this trend or break back up above $3, I think it'll be more of a short bias trade. But as of right now, it is picking up in volume. So what we're going to be watching is for a long, maybe over this $3 area or over the trend line there. But what I do want to mention is that, and thank you guys for all the birthday wishes, I appreciate it. So if you look here at this trend line, or not the trend line, but if you look at the daily chart, every time LINU spikes up, it does tend to come down. Here it had a 2-day run spree. But most of the time it pops up and then it does come down. So that makes me think that, we might have a pretty big red day on our hands with LINU. If this thing doesn't break back up above $3, chances are it's going to be a red day and it'll probably be a pretty big one, okay? So right now, LINU, there's a lot of people watching it. It's a low float stock. It's picking up in volume. So again, above $3, probably be a long play. If it can't break 3 and it gets rejected by this trend line going into the trading day, I'll be more concerned with taking a short entry on this as well. But I can tell you that LINU will probably have some pretty good plays. If in fact it does go short, if it does break down, it'll probably have a pretty mean reversal. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it come all the way down to $2 a day. If this is in fact the red day, I think it's very possible we see it come all the way down to $2. So just be mindful of that. If you're in long and you've been holding, if it starts going downwards, maybe look to lock in some profits, but definitely give it a second to see what it wants to do when the market opens. As of right now, it's starting to bounce a little bit and squeeze up. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, above 3 could be good for a long play. Next one is TEUM. TEUM, I mean, we're all familiar with this one. It was just recently pretty big. Then it just got crushed. Next thing you know, yesterday, after it got pretty much hammered all day long, it popped down, or it went down to 177. From 177, and honestly, it made its move all the way back up to the VWAP. And then it really just started consolidating sideways and putting in higher lows. And next thing you know, it started getting squeezed into a little bit of a pennant / ascending triangle pattern. And then we just broke out here pre-market. So this one is definitely going to be on watch for a long. If I were to give you, if you look at this 5-day chart, you can see big move up, comes all the way down, kind of bottoms out, consolidating. Would not be surprised if we see this thing squeeze up really hard and maybe pop up to even 250 today. So really, really watching TEUM for a long right now. Okay, would not be surprised if we see this thing squeeze and have a really big day. And that's just it. When you look at this 5-day chart, you can see that after it got pumped up like crazy and it dropped out, we have now kind of bottomed out. We're not going lower. So if we're not going lower, we go higher. And that's exactly what we're seeing right here with TEUM. So to be honest, I'm pretty long biased on the trade. I don't know if it's going to be amazing or anything, but with the way it looks, I would keep it on watch for a long, pretty much. That's where I'm heading with TEUM is definitely a long bias trade. All right, then we also have HMNY, which is just dumping out. So I kind of expected this to happen. It just didn't hold up pre-market. So here's the thing. HMNY had a really, really great day yesterday. It moved from 550 all the way up to 7, then to 750 into pre-market trading today. And now it's just dumping out. This is what I kind of expected. So I did have it on short watch for when the market opened. But as you can see, it's not holding up. And the more it goes down, 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 the less opportunity you have to short. So if this thing really does start dumping out, there is a possibility that we will see a short squeeze at the start of the day. So if anything, I would just keep HMNY on your watch list for maybe a bounce or a reversal, maybe around 626 or 650, right in that area right here, about 660, 650. That's what I would watch for. Initially, it was going to be a short play, and it would have worked out great from 750. We're all the way down to 663. But again, that move already happened pre-market. So now I'm less concerned with shorting it and maybe just going to watch it and see if any type of setups happen during the trading day on the stock. All right, moving on to the next one is WATT. We all know WATT, that big news about the whole wireless charging thing, and you can charge your phone with in small devices without having it to be plugged in or sitting on anything. So we have a nice move up, followed by another squeeze up, starts to get a little choppy. We're hitting some resistance here pre-market at 34 bucks. We attempted to go higher 3 times now. So essentially we are downtrending here pre-market. Okay, if you look at the daily chart, you'll see that this stock is very extended, right? Up very, very big, hasn't had a red day yet. It's very possible that we'll see this have a red day today, and it could be a very good short opportunity. Okay, so that's what we look for. When stocks get really, really squeezed up and they get extended on the daily chart, they have a lot of room to come down. That's what a lot of short sellers look for. So right now I am short biased on WATT, but it has been very trappy. It's been trapping shorts the past couple days where people try to short it, then they get squeezed up and it keeps going higher and higher and higher. But I do feel that we might have a pretty big red day on WATT here. So for me, I would have to honestly look for maybe a short entry below 32. But again, I'd be very hesitant. This is one that I would take with little shares, not a lot of shares, just because it can be very trappy and very back and forth. And you don't want to get squeezed if you're trying to short it, essentially. That's what it really comes down to. And really, that's all I have here on the watch list. I'm not building up a huge watch list this morning. There's only a few stocks I'm going to be looking at trading because it is my birthday. So I do kind of want to take off early today and hopefully just get in a few good trades in the first hour or so and then kind of be done with it. So that's really all I got for you guys here this morning on the pre-market watch list. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And that's all I got for you guys. So I will see you not Monday, but Tuesday. All right, guys. So everybody take care.